Hey, did you guys have any question on your homework? Some people are doing homework. So please try to finish your homework. Because if you don't finish your homework in time, you'll just get 7%. Of even if you get 100 on your side, I'll just see 70%. So you.
I was just going to ask if you could do an example. Maybe, what is the total interest percentage? Question one, the private bank, the federal loan, QO's interest. Can you also do one with this one? Or you can do one. If he wants to tell one. Yeah, just like an example of it. Yeah.
So we could similar to number 7. Right? Yes. Let's see. Is it clear over there? Okay. So number 7 says, where were we last? We were somewhere here. Oh, you did not read it, right? So you can. Oh, you started. I don't like it. Next one was that lady over there. Oh, if you don't have it, then anyone can read for us number 7. So Maria invested 2,400 in 2 accounts. One account paid 4% interest, and the other paid 6% interest. She earned 5.5% interest on the total investment. How much money did she put in each account? So you look at this question. First of all, we said you need to read properly, and then you need to check what they are asking for. So in this case, they're looking for how much money did she put in each account? How much money did she put in each account? So one account is earning 4% interest. So you can say X for the account which is earning 4%, and Y for the account which is earning 6%. So this is the money which you put it in account X, and this is the money which you put it in account Y. Okay. So the total amount that is there is what? 2,400. So you just say X plus Y equals to 2,400. That one is the amount of money that you put in each of that account. So it is X and Y. X plus Y is equals to 2,400. Now, there is an interest of 4%, which is earned when you put it when you put it in X. So you say 4 all of 100. Make sure you don't forget the 100%. Times what? Times X. That is the interest that you get. Plus the interest that you get in Y, which is 6 over 100 of Y. The total amount of interest there is equals to what? 5% on the total investment. So 5 is equals to 5.5 all over 100 times the total investment there is what? 2,400. The total investment. So in this case, the unknowns here are X and Y. So we are trying to get the value of X and the value of Y. Okay. So you simplify the bottom one here. So x plus y equals to 2400. And this one would be what? You multiply everywhere by 100. You get 4x plus 6y equals to 5.5 by 2400 this one. Use your calculator. What do you get?
132.
132. So 4x plus 6y equals to 132. Equals to 132. Then you get the value of x and x. So you either use the elimination below or you use the substitution. Okay. Okay. So you will expect one question. Similar, almost similar. Okay. Okay, let's do 5.2. We will just introduce it briefly and then we do a review. So section 5.2. Section 5.2. If you did your maths in high school, you guys do maths in high school? Oh, okay. So if you did your maths in high school, you did something to do with the indices, right? We said if we have the base of A and we have the index there of maybe M, and we have the base of A and the index there of N, then if the bases are the same, then this is similar to adding the what? The indices, which is M plus 1 plus N. So it is similar to adding the. Number 2, if we divide AM all over AN, AM all over AN. So this is similar to bringing this one up here. Yeah, bringing this one up here. So AM multiplied by, when you bring this up here, what happens to the power? It changes to what? Negative. So A minus what? Minus 10. So when you bring this one up, it changes the sign. And now using this property here, using this property number 1, then it will be A M minus what? M minus 10. Number 3, if we have A all over B, raise this one to negative N. Raise that one to negative N. Then let me confuse you a little bit. This is similar to distributing this power in each one of them, okay? Distributing this power in each one of them, which is similar to AN minus N all over B raised to minus N, okay? And now if you want to change these signs, yeah? So you can take this one up, bring this one down, and all of it will be what? Positive. So if you take this one up, then it will be B raised to N all over A raised to N, like that, okay? And you can still factor out N here will be what? B all over A raised to what? Raised to N, okay? So in real sense, if you have something like this, A all over B raised to minus N is similar to interchanging this, and then the sign will do what? It will change. The sign will change. Okay. So if you ignore those, so you just interchange this. So once you interchange this one, then this sign here will be positive. Are we together? Number 4. Any question up to that? Number 4. If you have a raised to minus n, this is similar to if you use the first one. So this is the same as a, like that, right? A raised to minus n over 1, right? And this is equals to 1 over what? A raised to 1 all over a raised to n. And number 5, anything raised to 0 is equals to what? 1. Huh? Who is saying 0? It's equals to 1. When you raise anything to 0, it is equals to 1. It is equals to 1. Now, number 6, am, and then again raised to this one, n, am raised to n is equals to a distributing the power there, m times what? Times n. And then number 7, a all over b raised to m is similar to what we did here, which is equals to a raised to m all over b raised to m over b raised to m. And then number 8, we can say ab raised to m is equals to a raised to m b raised to m. A raised to m b raised to m. So those are the properties of exponents. Properties of exponents. The properties of exponents. Any question? So we use these properties to solve some of the questions here. Okay. Now, so when you're solving, when you're simplifying an exponent, a function which an exponent which you're given there, then it's either you remove the negative exponents. Number 2, you reduce fractions. And then also you can actually simplify. So if you have 2 exponents which are of the same in the denominator and the numerator, then you can use all these operations here. And we will see some of the examples on how we can solve this. How we can solve this. So let's look at example number 1. Example 1. Simplify the expression p raised to 6 raised to 10. P raised to 6 raised to 10. So that is similar to property number. That is similar to property number. Property number 6. So this is equals to what? P raised to 6 multiplied by 10, and this one is p raised to what? 60. P raised to 60. Number 2. So that is number 1. Number 2, simplify -1 all over 5 raised to -2. So what happens here? Is that negative being affected? No, it is outside. So it is outside. So this is that. So using which property? Property number 3, right? So if you use the property number 3, then this is equals to -5 raised to what? 5 raised to 2, right? Right? Look at property number 3. So if you have a fraction and then there is negative, so you just integrate it. And then it's like 5 over raised to what? And that negative is the answer. Number 3. 10 raised to -2. This is similar to property number 4, which is equals to 1 over what? 1 over 10 square. Property number 4 is equals to 1 over 10 square. Number 4, x all over 3 raised to -4. This is similar to property number 3. And this property number 3 can be written as 3 all over x raised to what? 4. And you can still simplify this by using property number 7. By use of property number 7, where you distribute the power, which is 3 raised to 4 all over x raised to 4. And 3 raised to 4 is equals to what? 81 all over x raised to 4. 81 all over x raised to 4. Actually, you can still simplify this to 1 over what? 100. 1 over 100. And the next, this one can be what? -20 what? 25. Any question? Yeah.
Why did you put in the fraction?
Number 3.
Yeah. Like what's the purpose of putting in the fraction?
Okay, so
Is it just to kind of show us?
so which we were using property number, was it property number 1?
It's not like that.
Number 4. If you look at property number 4, a raised to -2 can be written as 1 over a raised to what? 2, right? And this one is 10 raised to -2 can be written as 1 over 10 raised to what? 2, right? So this is like what? 10 raised to -2 over 1. So we want to remove this negative. So you can write as 1 over 10 raised to 2. Then when you simplify, then you get what you want. So you cannot actually solve like this. You cannot solve if it is like that. Okay? You cannot actually solve. Again, for this, if the sign is negative, then you can integrate this. Set this one down, bring this one down, push it like this, and this one is being important. And then when you use a property number 7, you distribute this power. You get this. Get finally. Anyway. Okay. Now, if we come now to the most tedious ones, those were simple. So if we come to number 5, simplify. P q raised to minus 4 p minus 6 q minus 3. Now, if you're given something like that, and then you're told to simplify, so how we use so you need to connect what? The line. So we actually need to remove these brackets, and these brackets, this is multiplication, right? So it is just multiplying that. So it is similar to p q minus 4 p raised to minus 6 q raised to minus 3. And then you now collect the like terms. So we have this and this and this one and this. So it can be p raised to minus 6 q minus 4 q minus 3. Now, using property number for this and this, we can use property number what? Number 1. So if the bases are the same, you do what to the power? You add. So p, this one is raised to 1, so it would be 1 minus 6. And then q, this is minus 4 minus what? Minus 3. Minus 4. And finally, what do you get? P raised to minus what? Minus 5. And then q raised to what? Minus 7. Now you don't want the negative. So we don't actually need the negative. Then using property number 4. Then when you use property number 4, then it will be 1 over what? P raised to 5, q raised to 7. Are we together? Yes. Any question up to that? Okay, now if you have another one, number 6, simplify 3x squared y raised to minus 3 raised to minus. Now, how can you see? Now, you can use property number what? Property number. Now, using property number 3, then this can be written as 1 over what? 3x squared y raised to what? Raised to 3. Okay? Use property number 3 raised to 3. Now, when you now simplify, then you distribute this power using property number 7. So when you distribute the power, then it will be 1 all over 3 raised to 3, x squared raised to 3, and then y raised to 3. Okay? So you raise each one of them by 3. Now, finally, 1 all over what? 3 raised to 3 is what? 21. And then x, using property number, x raised to 2 raised to 3. Using property number 6, using property number 6, then this is x raised to what? Raised to 6. And then this is y raised to 3. That is our final answer. Any question up to there? Now, since we are remaining with 20 minutes, then we can continue from there on Monday. So let's look at the review of exam. Everyone get this? How many are you guys? I usually think you're less than 5. Is anyone having any extras? Any extras? So I don't have any extras. You can share. Okay, so you look at okay, I can just project here. Okay, so are you guys seeing? Yeah. So this one is a reflection of your exam. So there is a section which I completed here, section. I have not finished this. About 6 section chapter 4. So if you look at section 2.3, solve the formula P equals to that one for W. So what are we doing here? So we were making this on the side, right? So we are making the survey. So you make sure, actually in this exam, what you need to be so careful about is the signs. The signs. And then also make sure you arrange your work. Right? You see how I usually solve the examples here. So try to put that in some steps that I can see. Okay? Because if you don't put it in some steps, I'm sorry to use this example. Like this, it's so difficult to get the answer, right? So you write a step, you go to the next slide, you write another one, like that. It's so easy to grade it, and you will get full marks if you do it. So you might do it like this, and then it might be so difficult to locate where the answer is. So if you do it in some steps, then you can get some credits even if the answer is wrong. Okay. Yeah. So try arrange your work very well. So try arrange your work. So signs are very important, because if you miss the signs, then you will miss the answer. So there are some questions which I might be grading the answer, and some questions that I might give you some partial credits. Okay. So some questions I can just looking at the answer. So if you don't get the correct answer, even if it's 2 points, you get a 0. So I say there's some questions which you can get what partial credits, and there are some questions which you need to get what the correct answer. So the one
How many questions are
the questions should be done in 15 minutes.
No, like how many questions?
The questions should be done. So I don't know the number of questions. It's going to be more than even 20, as long as it should be done in what? So one question can be done in 2 minutes, another one can be done in 1 minute. So they can be very, very questions. So I say the questions, some of the questions you can get some partial credits, especially the questions which are more than 5, which are more than 3 points. So if the question is more than 3 points, then you can get the partial credits when you do you write the steps, and you don't get the answer, then you can still get some credit. But if the question is 2 points, then I don't think you will get any partial credit if you don't get the correct answer. So you might get a 0. So make sure you solve. That is how the final exam would be. So some of the questions will be full credit, which is you're not given any partial credit, and some of the questions you can get some partial credits. So make sure you know what you are doing. Again, I said you can bring a 1-page cheat sheet, okay? Just 1 page. I don't think even you need it. If you need it, you can bring it. If you don't need it, you can just come with your pen. Okay, so if we look at this, section number 2.3 can be so easy. So you just make W the subject of the formula. Again, you need to consider the sign. When you take 2L to the other side, then what should happen? So you need to know it changes the sign. And then again, you divide by 2 in all of it. So once you have made W the subject, you're given the perimeter and then the length. So you're told to look for what? The W over there, which can be so easy to get it after you made that W the subject of the formula. So section 2.3. So when you're revising, you need to you revise and then you look at the examples that we did, and then you can come to an exam like this, and then you just do what? You just say you've revised this one, and then you go to the next like that. So you can revise by steps. Like 2.3, you make sure you get everything there. You go to 2.2, 2.7, I mean. You go to 3.1, 3.2, you make sure you get everything there. Then when you come to 2.7, solve 2 absolute value of x minus 3 plus 5 equals to 25. What did we say about the absolute value? What do? You take everything to the other side, right? And then one side you need to remain with the absolute value. Okay? So in this case, if we have something like this, then 2x minus 3 absolute value plus 5 equals to 25. So you make sure everything is taken to the other side. So once you take this to the other side, then 2 absolute value of x minus 3 equals to 25 minus 1, 5. And then you divide by 2. So you remain with the absolute value on one side equals to what? Equals to 10, right? Right? So if this is negative, what did we say? There is no solution. If this is negative, then there is no solution. The absolute value is not negative. So in this case, this can be x minus 3 equals to 10, or x minus 3 equals to minus 10. So you get the values of x. Is that clear? Are we together? Okay. Again, number 4 is just similar. So you just change that sign there. Then number 5 is the same thing. You can use one of them. So number 5, you can just say we have the absolute value of x minus 3 over 3 minus 4 equals to 5x all over 6 plus 1. Then you can make this one as the determining factor here. So you can say x over 3 minus 4 equals to minus 5x all over 6 plus 1, or x over 3 minus 4 equals to 5x all over 6 plus 1. That's what we say, right? And then you get the values of x. You get the values of x. Any question? If there is no question, now question number 6. Question number 6. So what did we say about this? Again, you need to divide by 2 in both sides. So if we have 2 absolute value of minus 2x plus 5 greater or equals to 14. So again, you need to divide by 2 in both sides. So when you divide by 2, you get absolute value of minus 2x plus 5 is greater or equals to 7. Now, if this was negative, what could have happened? The sign will flip. So you flip the sign. Now, and then now what happens here? So it will be minus 2x plus 5 greater or equals to 7. And this one now changes the what? If you put the minus here, it changes the sign. Or minus 2x plus 5 less or equals to minus 7. Is this one or and? Or is that one or and? It is or, right? Yeah, because this one is greater. So this one is or. So if it was the other way, then it would have been less than this. So if it was minus 2x plus 5 less or equals to 7, then this will be minus 2x plus 5 less or equals to 7, and minus 2x plus 5 greater or equals to minus 7. So we said for less than, okay, and then greater than. Okay, so we say something like this. Okay, so you must review your notes. So make sure you review your notes. That is it. Number 2.7 is similar to what we've just done. You take it this one to the other side, and then if it is less, that one is end. And then 2.7 again, number 8. So what happens here? The absolute value of 3x plus 5 less or equals to minus 2. What happens here? What happens? Is there any solution there? Oh. Is there any solution here? There is the absolute value, right? So there is no solution. Now, if it was greater than, what should have happened? If there is greater than, there is a minus. Or what would have happened? It can work, right? Yeah, because that it is always greater than, and that is the negative. So it should work. It should work. Number 9, determine the slope and the intercept of the line. So you need to know which one is the slope and which one is the intercept. Number 10, determine the slope and the intercept of the line x equals to 3. You still remember that, and we did that one. Number 11, the slope and the intercept, we did that. Determine whether the lines, this one and this one, are parallel and perpendicular or neither. So if they are parallel, the gradients are what? If they are perpendicular, when you multiply the two gradients, it should be negative 1. 1. Should be negative 1. Number 13, there, find the slope and the intercept of the equations. So you need to get the slope and the intercept. So you need to know how to get it. Find the slope of the line passing through that. You need to get it. Okay. So those are, and then again, you need to read section 4. Section 4, again, will be in our exam. So the exam, we'll do it in 15 minutes. And the exam will be here. So you go look at this review. I usually have the office hours from 12 actually to 1:30. So if you want to, I will schedule another one tomorrow. So from the same time. If you have any questions, you can email me and then we can meet. So this exam, I should expect you to get an A. Because the next one you might not get an A, the last one you might not get an A. So try to get an A. I'll try my best. Okay, who did not get the, if you did not get, okay.